Thank you so much. So I guess I should start with why my campaign slogan is hindsight is 2020, and the future of Pasco is bright. So it's bright, of course, if and when I win the election against her.
Not if, when.
When. Thank you. So, as John mentioned, I've been in Pasco for a long time. I've been a teacher. I've been an administrator for the past 20 years in Pasco. This is my 30th year in the district, and I love Pasco, and I'm all about teachers. And anybody that's worked with me knows that teachers are what make life for us. They are the ones that make our schools successful. They are the ones that we need to focus on all the time when we make decisions. And I can tell you that I know for a fact right now in our county, because of who makes the decisions, that's not happening. So hindsight comes from the fact that I've been here for a long time. I know a lot of people. I've been around for 4 superintendents in Pasco County. The first one, Tom Waitman, 1974 to 1996, 22 years, longest in Florida, I think. Wonderful gentleman, still around, still here in Pasco. Then, of course, there's Dr. Long after that, Heather Fiorentino, and then, of course, the last 8 years we've had Kurt Browning as our superintendent. So I've seen a lot of different leadership styles, and but I've never actually experienced a politician making decisions for all of us. And I don't actually like the idea of somebody like that with 0 experience in schools, never been a teacher, never been an administrator, actually acting as our leader for the entire district. If you go back in history, when he started in 2013, there was a YouTube video. You guys should all watch it. I spent some time watching it, actually when it first came out, and then recently again after I decided to do this. And it's a video, it's about an hour long, and he starts off talking about all the things that he didn't like about Heather's time as superintendent in Pasco. And he identified some areas that obviously he's going to change. He made a number of promises in that speech where he was going to change some things, and going forward, you were going to notice. And I want to mention 3 of them because they're big and they really do match very nicely with some of the things that I want to do as superintendent here in Pasco. So the first one was when he was campaigning, he said he spent a lot of time talking to teachers, mostly elementary, but he talked to a lot of teachers, and he asked them what they wanted and what they needed. And the one thing that they talked about was they talked about they needed to feel like and be treated as professionals. As time has gone on, the decisions that have been made from the district office, from what we're hearing now over this past 8 years, teachers are not feeling like they're being treated as professionals. Example, just recently, and you probably read this in the paper, I'm going to use the biggest example I can when it comes to treated as professionals. There was an idea that came from his staff, or from him, I'm not sure, but it was talked about for months, where secondary teachers, secondary, for those of you who don't know, means middle school and high school, who teach in Pasco a 5-period day, and they have 1 period for planning. The idea was that in other places they have different schedules, but they tried to sell the idea that those teachers don't have a planning and you shouldn't have a planning. So they were going to save lots and lots of money, cut allocations in the school, not looking anywhere else but in the school, look at classroom teachers and put a burden on them that has never been necessary before, and they are going to have them teach a 6-period day. They would have a lunch and a 6-period day. And when I was part of the conversation at a principal meeting or whatever, and they were kind of selling an idea, I was taken back by the idea that They were selling it like, I don't understand what the problem is. I don't understand why teachers don't just buy into this idea. What's the big deal? Why do they need a planning period during the day? And some of them actually laughed and said, I just don't get it. Well, obviously the people that were telling me this were presenting to principals in the room, and all principals that I've talked to felt exactly like I did. It was coming from somebody that had never been a teacher, never worked in a school. Now let me break that down for you a little bit. Being a teacher is not what everybody thinks. First of all, it's the hardest job in the world. And you have to be on all the time. You have to be on every